Hello everybody and welcome to another Tool reaction on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. Today we are getting into Invincible, which was requested over my Buy Me a Coffee. And if you'd like to make a request as well and have me definitely get to it, my Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description and the comments. Anything at all is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy my reaction videos, do hit subscribe. Let's jump straight into it and see what flavour of Tool we're getting today. What kind of a journey are we being taken on? Because it's always more than a song, it's always a story, a journey that sucks you in, and you know, let's just get ourselves lost in it. This is a really interesting chord progression, really strange movement, every change very unexpected, still cohesive, it works, it doesn't feel out of place or forced in any way, but yeah, just very, very unusual. What I'm hearing coming in now over the top is, it sounds like an African thumb piano. You know, these little instruments like this with the metal, and they're in kind of like it's almost like half a coconut kind of thing. It's not a coconut they're made out of, but it's that kind of shape. And just these single notes very lightly played over the top of the guitar. It's a really cool sound.
Longing truth and soul, longing for another wind. Lurching to the fray, weapon out and belly in. A warrior struggling to remain consequential.
Really nice use of bass chords there. I think there's a little bit of phaser on the bass, and he's just hitting this little two-note chord. It sounds really, really nice. And I think when you have a band that's just sort of one guitar and one bass, the bass often gets the opportunity to kind of do a lot more in sort of place of what the rhythm guitar would do, and you can kind of add a lot more using effects and using little things like bass chords to kind of fill that register, right? And that role. And I think Tool do that really, really nicely. And this song is building so gently, so delicately, so carefully. And I love when it kind of builds up and you're expecting the big drop. You get this kind of crash and then it clears, you know? It's like one big wave that's not followed by a storm or anything. It doesn't like just keep going. It's a kind of, it'll kind of tease you a little bit, you know what I mean? And I think when writing this kind of music, it'd be very tempting to just put in a massive drop here and just get a, I don't know, like a beat down going on, or just something something crazy, but they there's a lot of like restraint in how Tool compose their songs. It's like, I'm sure there's one member of the band who's probably like, okay, can we go now? Should we lay on like a really filthy riff? And it's like, no, let's wait. We'll get there. We'll get to that. But give it time. Let it develop organically, you know? Let's just pace it out. Keep the journey going.
Beating chest and drums, beating tired bones again. Age-old battle mind, weapon out and belly in. Tales told of battles won, of things we've done. Caligula would grin. Beating tired bones, tripping through remember when. Was invincible, now the armor's wearing thin. Heavy shield down. A warrior struggling to remain relevant. A warrior struggling to remain consequential. Cry
That tone on the guitar, that distortion, that amp sound, everything is just so perfected. It's got such a nice growl to it. You feel it, don't you? Like in your bones, in your guts. It's got this real to it. I absolutely love the sound of it, man. And just some of these little drum fills, they just little fills on the hats. It's all these kind of like little interruptions in a way, because Tool likes to use a lot of like cycling riffs, cycling chord patterns and things like that, and the drummer does an amazing job of keeping, even if the same thing is being played around quite a lot, keeping it fresh and keeping that interest. And I feel that every member of the band kind of brings that in some way. It's like we kind of have these cycling motifs, but each it could be the bass coming in doing something, the drums, the vocals, that always change it just a little bit every time. And it's a way, I think, that they kind of are able to put you into this trance, to kind of suck you into the music, without it feeling repetitive at all. It's very, very nicely done. Now, I'm going to be doing a live stream soon, a Tool live stream. I think I'm going to get a few beers in, and we're just going to get into some just great music. You guys, please show up and put your requests in over Buy Me a Coffee or through Super Thanks or whatever. And we'll go for like 2 hours and just have a proper Tool session of whatever you guys want me to hear. But maybe we will kick it off with the Numa drum cam for the live stream. I think it's just as a starting point, and kind of see where we go from there. And yeah, just drink a few beers and have a lot of fun. I think that would be great. That'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks. Man, if anytime I ever try and sort of predict when something's going to happen musically with Tool, 9 times out of 10 they punish me. They're just like, no, 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 no. If you think this is the drop, you're wrong. We're going in this direction now, and you would never ever saw it coming. So cool. And I love how with every instrument, including the vocals, it's they do so much kind of experimentation with effects in production on each instrument individually. Like, they really kind of, it means they're able to kind of utilize so many sounds with a smaller band setup that keeps it constantly interesting to the ear. You're just always getting these like, I can't imagine what their pedal boards look like, because they're coming in with all these different sounds all the time that just make them into more of a kind of like rock orchestra in a way of like of all the different textures and flavors they can kind of utilize. It's really, really, really cool. That bass tone is going to summon a Balrog. You got to be careful. You got to be careful going that low with that rich of a tone. That is, oh, listen to that. I mean, the guitar, what the guitar's doing there is filth. But with the bass underneath it there, just the registers that are being occupied right now is very, very satisfying. Listen to this. Oh my word. Isn't it amazing how the drums can really change the feel of a riff? You know, it makes such a huge difference on like what the beat is doing to what the riff is doing. And what the drummer does so well is he will really like constantly kind of change up the feel. Again, like I said earlier, like they love to get these loops going, and then kind of mess with them a lot, and it's a really interesting format for songwriting. The way they write songs, it's I think that's what is the a big part of the psychedelia of the whole thing, of what kind of draws you in, and what brings you into this sort of prog trance that they're able to create, which is just this constant growth and change and development while keeping some things the same and consistent. You know what I mean? Like, so you're not just completely lost at sea. Like, I feel like sometimes the riffs will be your anchor, but everything else can be moving around it, you know? But they always kind of tend to keep one thing quite consistent. And that'll change. It's not like they've got one loop going throughout the whole song, but they like, one instrument will establish a recurring theme, and then everything else will kind of move around it. It's really, really unique, and I can't think of any other artists that really write like that. And it's one of the things that makes Tool so special. And of course, as well, their ability as instrumentalists on their instruments, they're just amazing, aren't they? Like, oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing some live footage of Tool as well. Because I've only just listened to audio so far, and I think that'll give me more of a feel for just a feel for the whole band. You know what I mean? To see them, like, to see a live video, I think at this point now would be really, really interesting. And there's also like key Tool songs I haven't heard yet. You know, like the Grudge is coming up a lot in the requests, so I think, you know, maybe for the stream or maybe before, the Grudge would be a really good one to hear. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what flavor of Tool it's going to be, but I'm very, very excited to hear it. Oh, that was Tool, Invincible. If you enjoyed this reaction, be sure to like and comment, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. As always, everybody, take care. Peace and love.